I thought I would do a little get ready with me. As you can see, I don't really have any makeup on apart from primer and foundation. I've already kind of just done that to save time, but basically we're going to have a meal this evening. We're in a hotel for 2 nights, last night and tonight. So I'm doing more of an evening makeup. I did an evening makeup last night, which I'll insert here, which was with a nude lip. This one is going to be more with a brighter lip, basically. I only have, I would say, well, it's not the bare essentials. It's quite a bit, I think, of makeup with me. But yeah, I don't really have my whole kit, so it's not going to be as detailed as I would like, but we can do one whenever I get home. But this is just hotel edition, get ready with me. So I used the Revlon Photo Ready Perfecting Primer, and I used a little bit of the Clarins, what do you call this? Eclat Minute Instant Light Radiance Booster. I like that as well. And I like the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. The two of them are quite nice. So I just used that. I let that sit on the skin for 2 to 3 minutes, just to let it settle, and then I put on foundation. So the foundation I chose to use, which I Snapchatted about, is the Flormore Smooth Touch Foundation with SPF 20. This is paraben free and fragrance free, and it's just a really, really good drugstore chemist foundation. It's quite yellow based, which is really, really good. You wouldn't really see in the chemist, especially for the price that it is, which is only €11, and you get 30ml in there, so it's a really, really good option. So I'm going to just basically show you what I do step by step. So I've just done foundation. That is all I've done at the minute, and I've just combed through my eyebrows. So I'm going to use the Benefit brow powder, and I'm just going to use a little close-up mirror. There's one here at the side, but I don't want to be turning away from you. So I just fill these in, and I'm using a winged liner brush by Zoeva, and the number is 317. I'll just fill these in and get back to you. So that's the brows. Basically when I'm using the brush, I focus on the highest point here and under here, and then I work a little bit in and then a little bit out here, and whatever's left on the brush product wise at the end of the brow and in here, because you don't want to focus most of the product in this part of the eyebrow. And they shouldn't really be twins, they should be sisters, so don't worry if they're a little bit different. You will look a bit crazy with eyebrows and nothing else, but we'll get to the next. What I've done next is I've used this brush by Black Canvas, the F17 brush, which is like a little flat top concealer brush, and I use that to put a little bit of concealer just underneath the brow to carve out the brow and give a little bit of a highlight. And then I used MAC's Painterly Paint Pot. Soft Ochre is really, really nice as well, and I use that just as a base on my eye to cast out any kind of veining on my eye or redness or anything like that. And it also helps the longevity of the eyeshadow and the pigmentation to come through as well. Then I just basically used this colour. This is the Naked 2 palette by Urban Decay, and I used the shade Foxy, which is just like a matte vanilla shade, and I use that on a fluffy brush just all over the lid to set that. And this is a Lydia Professional brush, which I got off Amazon. Next step, you want to do a transition shade, and this is by the brand, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, Paze. It's shade 609. You can get this in Sculpt, and it's a beautiful transition shade, as you can see. Don't worry if it's not too neat at this stage. This is another Black Canvas brush, number E25. I have 2 of them because I use one to apply it and one to blend it out, but don't worry, like I said, if it's not too neat at the minute, it is only a transition shade. Okay, I just used this brush. Oh god, things rubbed off, but it's basically just a flat brush. You can use any flat brush you want. And I took Verve, just this one, and Suspect, put it all over the lid. Took a little bit of Booty Kohl, just this one, put that right into the center, just on the opposite side of the brush. And I just blended it out with my fluffy brush. Just using a little bit of Tease, which is a matte kind of taupey shade, and a tiny little bit of the black. And I'm using the Petite Crease brush by Zoeva, which is, what number is it? 231, to apply that. And then I'm just using a different fluffy brush to basically blend that out. And there's no real kind of, you just need to be careful not to kind of bring it too far down. And little circular motions, don't bring it too far in either. And just basically take your time. Remember, you can always add more color, but it's very difficult to take it away. So always tap off your brush. So I put that shadow down under the eye, and basically if I'm at home I use loose powder underneath the eye, and then it catches any fallout of my shadows and I just brush it away and the fallout comes off with the loose powder, which is a really good trick. But if not, just use micellar solution and a cotton wool pad, wipe underneath the eyes a little bit because you're going to conceal anyway. Add a little bit of foundation if you want, and then hop into your... This is how I conceal. So I'm using the best, basically the best concealer in the chemist. It's by Collection, or it was Collection 2000, it's now Collection, and it's their concealer. So I use Fair 1 and Cool Medium 2. And whatever one you want, basically. I like the Fair to be under the eyes and the rest, or the number 2 on the rest of the face. Triangles down the bridge of the nose, slight little triangles towards the corners of the mouth, bring it up here for a little bit of a highlight, and softly blend in. I'm using the Real Techniques sponge for both foundation and concealer. I just use this bit, this pointy end here, for the concealer. So just blend that in. Just use a little bit of booty call in the inner corners and just below the brow. I've blended in my concealer, and I'm gonna just put on my liner and my mascara. Okay, so I use, my favorite liquid liner is by Catrice, and it's 010 Dating Joe Black. That's what it looks like. And it's just a felt tip kind of end on it, and it's fantastic. Really, really black, and it lasts really well. Always start your wing, well, this is my recommendation, always start your wing from the middle and work out, do your little triangle, fill in your triangle, and then move into the inner corner part. I lined with just a Rimmel pencil. I tight lined and on the waterline as well. You don't have to, especially if you're wearing a strong lip. Some people don't like to use a lot of eyeliner. You can just go ahead with mascara. Tip is always make sure your sponge for your foundation and your concealer is quite damp. So wet it, wring it out, and use a little towel or cloth to kind of get the excess off. Also, if you go wrong with your liner, you go wrong with any of your makeup, just use a little Q-tip and some micellar solution and wipe it right off. So I've used the Maybelline Lash Sensational, can't say that, multiplying mascara. It's really, really good, and you can get it in the chemist. I've just warmed up the skin with a little bit of bronzer. This is one by Stila, and I use the middle one, which is the bronzer in the Smashbox palette, and a big fluffy brush. This one's by Real Techniques. Tap off, and just in circular motions, sides of the cheeks, jawline, neck, and obviously temples as well, just where the sun naturally hits. So contoured using MAC Harmony, which looks like that. It's a cool toned colour, and I'm just using the Black Canvas F14, and I'm just pinching the brush slightly and working it into this area here and down, and then circular motions, but bring up like that, down the sides, the bridges of the nose. And if you want to shorten your nose just a little bit, just at the end there as well, really helps. I'm not doing a strong contour, that's why I'm not using any cream contour underneath this, just powder. A mix of 2 blushes with my Zoeva 127 Luxe Sheer Cheek brush, Desert Rose and Fleur Power from MAC. For highlight, there's a couple I love. I love the, I don't have it with me, the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. It's really nice, it's a really strong highlight though. The Laura Mercier Highlight 01, it's their Matte Radiance highlight. It's beautiful, day or night. I absolutely love this. The MAC Soft and Gentle, which is slightly more warm toned, but it's still a really, really pretty highlight. And then for a cheaper alternative, I have the New Look Pure Color Baked Highlighting Powder, which I want to show you. That's what it looks like. It's like a champagne highlight, and it's beautiful. Catrice have a lovely one as well. That's what it looks like, and it's just lovely. So I'm going to actually use the New Look one today. So it goes a lovely highlight. Bam. Here, down the nose, tip of the nose, and Cupid's bow. And I'm using the shading brush by Real Techniques to apply. And filled in the lips using MAC's Edge to Edge lip liner, which is tiny now because I use it so much. It's like a pinky purpley colour, and it's more on the nude side. I absolutely love it, and it's lovely with nude lipsticks, or if you're going to go with a darker lip. I've gone with Tom Ford's 43 number 43 Pablo lipstick, which is the most beautiful orchid kind of purpley pink shade. It's so nice, I love it. I'm actually going to top it off with a little bit of this kind of purpley pinky lip gloss in 050 Starry Starry Night, and it's by Fleur de Force, which is, she's a YouTuber. A fantastic one. I'm just going to pop a little bit of that on. Set your makeup with MAC Fix Plus and you're good to go. This is my evening look, so I'll post some pictures now, and thank you so much for watching, and please like and comment and subscribe and share. It would mean the absolute world to me. Thanks very much, guys. Bye.